This stereotype, an often touchy subject that teachers must face through their everyday lives in educating their students in a culturally rich society such as ours. It is important to be aware of these stereotypes in order to combat them with intervention techniques, which will be shown in this video. What can we, as teachers, do to help? Though one could think that this type of stereotype is beneficial to the student, there are definite drawbacks to the Asians are good at math stereotype. Here is what a Chinese student had to say about the subject.
I still can see there are some stereotypes of some specific group of people exist in school. Like, for example, my math teacher, when she asked a hard question, and if there was no one answer it, there's a big chance that she will pick up a Chinese student to answer it because she think that Chinese students are all good at math. And also one day I heard two of my friends, they were chatting and trying to solve a math problem, and in the end they couldn't make it. So the Canadian friend talked to the Chinese guy and he said, "Come on man, you're Chinese, you're supposed to be good at math." And well, I just think that sometimes this kind of stereotype may give some pressure to the students who, like, especially Chinese students who don't really like math.
So, how can a teacher intervene?
All right, can anybody tell me the derivative of this function? Anybody?
Zhang does, she's Asian.
Why would her being Asian mean she knows the answer?
Well, she just knows math, right?
Well, not necessarily. I mean, I'm sure she does know math really well, but we can't assume that just by looking at her. When you assume something like that, that's stereotyping, and it could hurt somebody's feelings, even if it's something that you think is good. So let's just not make judgments about people like that.
Another area which we would particularly like to investigate is the way that stereotyping creates a differential treatment of black and white school children with respect to discipline. The stereotype can be definitely proven as false, as there is a certain bias in the system here. Here is what a young black adolescent student has to say about the subject.
We just tend to get in trouble more because, well, you know, you see a white person talking and they don't get in trouble, but you see a black person talking and all of a sudden the teacher calls them out and tells them to stop talking. It says, "Next time I'll give you detention." And with the white person, they just get a fair warning.
As an educator, it is a vital skill to be able to discipline adolescents in a proper manner when dealing with a tender subject, such as race.
Okay, class, we're going to finish talking today about the tale of two cities. Can you quiet down? You're getting distracted. It's distracting to the rest of the class as well. And so in this book, we're going to talk about the characters today specifically and doubling in.
Oh, it's good.
Gentlemen, please quiet down in the back.
Why are you getting on our case, man?
Well, because I just asked these ladies up front to stop being distracting with their talking, and these rules apply to everybody in the classroom, so I need you to be quiet as well.
Create an atmosphere of diversity and inclusion.
All right, guys, so we're going to start class, but today we're going to mix it up a little bit. So I want you to go sit with someone and talk with them who you don't normally talk to.
Why? I like hanging out with Jane.
Well, I know, but in history and what we're studying a lot of different cultures, a lot of different races, and it's always good to get someone else's perspective on these things. And these different cultures and races apply to today's world too. So let's mix it up today and see how it goes. All right?
As educators, it is a must to avoid ignoring or enforcing these stereotypes and stereotype threats through the utilization of intervention techniques, such as the ones shown in this video. Teachers, as they directly influence young minds through their lessons, as well as morals and vital roles as a positive role model, are a direct connection to how the world will end up in the next generation. Teachers have the power to make a difference.